Alright, so we have a special edition here of our DJI Spark series. So we have our Spark here. You will notice missing a little something right here, right? We have part of a propeller missing. So we had an interesting little flight today. So we've got the video of that coming up, and we've got some telemetry of that coming up, and we'll talk through it. But basically what happened was me and my boys went out for a little flight, and there was this cool windmill that was sitting in front of this old barn, and there's this little cabin that was off to the side, and looked like a really cool place to give a shot for a flight. So we thought we would give it a go. So tried doing this cinematic little thing where I was going to creep up on the base of the windmill, and then rise up and follow the legs of the windmill up, and then get a capture of the windmill with the barn in the background. And from the beginning, the flight was just awkward. The entire flight was probably right at about a minute, and as you can imagine, it wouldn't take very long to just scoot up a little bit and then rise up to 40 feet or something at the height of the windmill. So it was awkward though. As it was rising up the windmill, it was doing some odd and interesting, I don't know if interesting is the right word, but doing some odd behavior. So I'm going to pull up the flight records here and kind of walk through. I'm going to watch the telemetry again, watch the video. We'll run through that here coming up. But what you'll see is, the flight starts out fairly normal, just kind of creeping forward. But I thought it was odd because it started like drifting, right? It kept like wanting to turn. Instead of just facing straight, it kept wanting to kind of turn, just kind of drifting to the side. And I went ahead and started rising up. And as I'm rising up, it's like I said, it's just kind of drifting a little bit. You'll see the legs aren't staying straight in front or anything, and then it gets up to the top of the windmill, and it just takes off. So you'll see that coming up here in just a second. So, and there it goes. Oh my goodness, there it goes. Oh. What?
Taking off.
Alright, so there was a little bit of panic going on there. So, and then you'll see it just dies.
Where did it go?
The camera goes away. And stopped recording. So the interesting thing was the telemetry that got recorded on the DJI Go 4 app, saved that. It stopped short just before it crashed, and the video that was recorded on the iPhone was recorded up until just a second or two before the crash. But the video that was should have been on the Spark was corrupt, which you might expect to happen. So so when it ran, so what it did was it went up, and then so we got to the top of the windmill, and it took off around and did like a big arc, and then swept back, and it ran into basically a telephone pole, or power pole, telephone pole. And when it hit, it ejected the battery and fell probably about 40 feet, I would guess, something like that. Luckily, it landed on grass. It wasn't, hard surface or anything. So, looking at the Spark, she looks no worse for wear than she did before. There is a tiny little grass stain. You can't even see it probably on the camera right there. The other propellers, this propeller doesn't look like it was touched. This one, of course, is broken. So this must have been the one that actually hit and you'll see the others look just fine. So, you know, she's pretty tough. I haven't flown her yet, so we'll do that as another video. We'll do a replacement of this propeller, and then we'll take her for a test flight in a safe area where we've flown before without any problems, to make sure there's nothing else going on with the Spark. But it was, yeah, I don't know why it took off. Scared the crap out of me though. But as soon as it hit the pole, ejected the battery. The battery probably landed about 10 feet away from where the Spark itself landed. And the battery that it ejected is this is the battery that it ejected, and you can't even tell anything happened with it at all. So it was yeah, it was good. So it seems to work. It's still showing that it is fully charged. Let me press that again for you. Showing that it was fully charged. I mean, I only flew for 1 minute, so so I don't know what's going on there. Now, one of the things I noticed was that the GPS, I think most of the time I get probably about 18 GPS satellites that it's connected to, and it was kind of about, I think it's 18 that I'm normally connected to, and this time it was really only about 14 or 15 I was bouncing between. So I don't know if it was getting not getting a great GPS signal. I'll have to go back and look at that again. But as you guys watch the telemetry and watch the video, I'd be curious to see you know, if you guys see anything going on. I mean, was it the windmill? Was there something, you know, was it kicking out some interference from the windmill? Was it kicking out interference from, there was a power line that was a little ways away? You know, I don't know, but the power line wasn't that close, and I can't imagine there's power lines everywhere, right? So I can't imagine that to be the case. But yeah, I'm curious to hear what you guys had to say. So leave some comments down below. Let me know what your thoughts are about the crash, and let me you know, let me hear your theories. So look out for more videos coming up. We'll have more raw footage coming out. We'll have more commentary and more how-to-dos, and we'll catch you on a later video. Let me know what you think. So we'll talk to you guys later. Bye.